Hello everyone, welcome again. This is Asma Said and today we are having a vocabulary lesson. Today's lesson is about puzzles. Excellent. I'm getting exciting. Of course, our main objective is to use context clue to figure out the meaning of the word or the word phrase. Alright, what does it mean? It means that again, context clue. The word can be followed or preceded with its own synonym, definition, example, or explanation. Okay, so pay attention to the usage of the word in the context. As Vera Nazarian says, not every puzzle is intended to be solved. Some are in place to test your limits. Others are, in fact, not puzzles at all. Okay, like it's a challenging task. It's a challenging quest. Of course, another mean of explaining or figure out the meaning of the word is to trying to create a mental image to visualize it. Once you can visualize the context, you fully capable of using it or understanding it. Let's focus on the words, inspect them. First word is ambiguous. Is here is using our knowledge of prefixes and suffixes is here. That is amazing. That's an adjective. So now I identify what part of a speech it is. Now let's figure out its meaning. The mayor's ambiguous answer left the journalist with more questions. Like when he says, this kind of information cannot be confirmed nor denied. That's the usual CIA agent answer. Okay, so that answer is not satisfying. It is not revealing. It is not perceived. So it's ambiguous. So let's move to the next context. If you want me to follow directions, don't give me ambiguities. Ambiguities here, don't give me ambiguities. So ambiguities here, that's not an adjective. Ambiguity, opportunity. Yes, we're talking about noun here in this context. Okay, so if you want me to follow the exact directions, it means that you need to set your steps 1, 2, 3 as straightforward as possible. Okay, without any misdirection. So ambiguity or ambiguous. Ambiguous, that's an adjective. Ambiguity is a noun. It means to around or to drive. For ambiguous here, that's unclear, having more than one interpretation. Okay, like you mean that's another when you have a Chinese cup here, when your cup is full, it means that you cannot define or cannot add more information because it's already full. It's already full with too many options, too many interpretation, and you don't know which one to follow, which one is the most accurate one. So that's what they mean by ambiguous. Ambiguous here, that's vague. Vague here, it means unclear, like it's misty, it's foggy. Equivocal. The antonym, of course, would be obvious. Univocal. So the univocal here, uni, that's a prefix which means amazing, one. Okay, so the derivatives, I said ambiguous, that's an adjective. Ambiguity, that's a noun. The plural form of ambiguity, ambiguities. Baffle or bafflement. Okay, it's pretty easy to find the part of a speech. So the baffle, that's of course the verb. Bafflement, that's the noun. The algebra problems baffled the student who missed the class yesterday. So did they understand it? Was it easy for them? No, it was baffling. It was confusing. Okay, to utter pufflement of the students. The teacher gave the same lecture 3 days in a row. Okay, so the teacher did this deliberately. Why? Or deliberately? Yes, in order to puffle, to confuse the students, to draw their attention to let them focus. So puffle here is to make fun of something. Okay, here to confuse or to make fun, confuse or amaze. The antonym would be clarify, explain, of course the antonym. As a noun it would be pufflement. So puffle here to confuse or amaze. You can use it to make fun of other people. It depends on the context itself. Cogitate. I guess that's a noun. Sorry, that's a verb. Ate. Do you remember the ate? So I guess that's a verb, okay? But let's confirm it. It's important to cogitate before acting on major life decision. So before you make a decision, you need to cogitate. You need to, very easy, yes, to think about it. You need to ponder. You need to take time to contemplate that decision. Next one, the poem seems simple, but its true meaning is clear only after much cogitation. Again, cogitation here, that's a noun. Okay, so the meaning becomes clear after cogitation, after contemplation, after not meditation. Meditation here, it's a different concept. So cogitate here, that's a verb. Cogitation, that's a noun, is to consider something, to think carefully about, or to ponder it. Think, meditate, ponder. I guess one of the words that we have studied before can be contemplate. You can use it in that form of context. Of course, cogitate, it means that you're fully aware, fully inconsiderate. So here, to dream, to ignore. Cogitated, cogitates, these are the derivatives of the verb cogitating. As nouns, cogitation or cogitations. Convoluted. What does it mean? I guess it ends with ed. Convoluted. So is it a verb or an adjective? Like the past participle of the verb. Let's figure it out. Why take that convoluted path when there is one that goes straight to the house? So convoluted here comes to describe the path. So it is what? Ding ding ding, it's an adjective. Okay, convoluted path is the opposition of the word straight. Okay, so that's an antonym. So convoluted here means not straight. Dean silently hoped the call wasn't some convoluted effort to restore the relationship, which to his mind was thankfully finished. Okay, so convoluted here is to do what? So he hoped that it was not a convoluted effort, so it is waste or wasted, or is it what? Let's verify the meaning or our guesses with using the dictionary. Convoluted is an adjective, means together here. Twisted or complicated. Twisted or complicated. Like tangled. Complex. The antonym would be simple. So the derivative, convolution. Before I move to the previous word, no need to remind you. You can use any of these words from the definition, the underlined ones, as synonyms for the critical word, convoluted. Okay, I guess that you're going to like the text. Enigma. The disappearance of Jamestown colony remains an enigma to historians. Okay, an enigma here, so it is what? Very easy, it's a noun here. Okay, so the disappearance of the town, so it is not clear. In Leonardo da Vinci's famous Mona Lisa, a woman wears an enigmatic expression. She should be happy, amused, puzzled, or something else entirely. Okay, yes, we cannot determine. So enigmatic here to describe the impression on the Mona Lisa's face. So enigmatic here, again, that's an adjective. Okay, tick. Alright, so enigmatic, it means that as you can see, the colon, he give you too many possibilities of her impression. Can be happy, sad, amused, something else, or puzzled, and so on. So enigmatic, it means puzzling. So enigma, that's a noun. To speak in riddles. It means that a mystery or a puzzling situation. So the synonym can be riddle, can be mystery. The antonym, of course, none. It can be, let's say, if I say straightforward, it would be an adjective. You can use it for the antonym for enigmatic. The derivative, enigmatic, enigmatical. Insoluble. Everyone thought the murder was insoluble until the master detective arrived. Insoluble here, it reminds me of it can be solved or unsolved. So because oil is insoluble in vinegar, our salad dressing separated. So now I have two different meanings here. When I say the murder case here is insoluble, it means that cannot be solved. Now, we have established that it's an adjective. So the next one, because oil is insoluble in vinegar, it cannot be mixed. Oil cannot be blended with vinegar. Okay, so, or dissolve. Here, the first one, it means to solve. Solve. The next meaning would be this solve. Okay, it means that again cannot be blended. So insoluble here, that's an adjective. It means to solve or untie. So the first definition is difficult to or impossible to solve or explain, like in the murder case. The second definition is incapable of being dissolved. Okay, so in the first one, insolvable, open. As the antonym, solvable, explicable. Okay, so here again, you can mind dissolved, undissolved, or insolvable. Okay, now let's move to the next word. Interrogate. We had to pay close attention to follow the movie's interrogate plot. Okay, so pay attention to a plot like watching Inception or as a Tenet. Okay, that these kind of movies or Christopher Nolan's movies include intricate plots. Okay, you need to pay extreme attention. So we can refer that they are not easy; they are complicated ones. For the next context, we admire the intricacy of the designs on the doorways and the tile floor on the old palace. So you go into an old house that's been constructed a long time ago. We admire the intricacy of the designs. So they are what? They are elaborate. They are much more complicated. Like when you go to old mosques or all the museum or all the churches, okay, they are work of art. Okay, so intricate here, that's an adjective. We use it to describe a tangled plot. Here intricacy here, that's the noun that pause and of here indicates that the word is a noun. Okay, let's verify dictionary. So here, intricate, that's an adjective. It means puzzled or tricked. Complicated, complex, difficult to understand. Complex, complicated. Of course, the antonym would be simple, direct. Intricacy, that's the noun. Leprous, labyrinth. The labyrinth, the mice were tested on how well they could navigate a labyrinth. Okay, I can visualize the experiment now. Mice moving in. You remember Inception? Maze. Okay, so the Icelanders islanders used a network of labyrinthine bamboo walls to protect the villages. Okay, labyrinthine here comes to describe the bamboo walls. So here it's been used as an adjective. Okay, labyrinth here is a noun, and labyrinthine here, that's an adjective. So let's move to our dictionary. It is a noun, means a winding maze. The definition here refers to a maze. Of course, synonym. Intricacy, do you remember it? The antonym would be plain, open area. We have mentioned that the labyrinthine is an adjective. Quandary. Here, that's a noun, I guess. Okay, let's say it. This was such a profound and lovely meaning that I was left in a real quandary. Profound and lovely meaning. But you lived in real quandary. So, does it have positive or negative connotation? So far, positive. But you're left in what? I don't know. But let's try to dig deep. Gary was in a complete quandary about how to move the huge sofa up the narrow stairway. Okay, now I can visualize it. Okay, I guess remember that's a scene from Friends TV series where Ross bought. So it's not physics at all. You have to sew the couch into halves. So quandary here refers to an enigmatic situation. Okay, so quandary means yes, that's a state of confusion or in being an enigma. All right, so quandary, that's a noun. The state of uncertainty or puzzlement. So being in dilemma, puzzles. Certainty, of course. Quandaries, that's the plural form of the noun quandary. Tactic. The candidate felt that it was a bad tactic to use negative advertising against his opponent. Okay, so a negative tactic here, that's a method. We're talking about a noun here. The new point guard quickly showed her tactical mastery on the court. Tactical here, that's an adjective, okay? Showed her tactical mastery. Okay, we're talking about technique, about something, a method. The trial lawyer was an excellent courtroom tactician. Tactician here, it's a noun. We use it to refer to the person who uses that kind of method. So a tactic here, that's a noun, means arrange. Strategy, maneuver. Procedure, I have mentioned it. Of course, when you have no tactic, no policies, no techniques, no strategy, it means that you are in an impolicy situation. So you have no policy. Blunder. We have mentioned tactician, that's a noun to the person who uses strategies. Tactical, that's the adjective. Thanks again for listening and watching. Please study hard and stay safe.